Ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome. My name, of course, is Open Potato. This is Hearts of Iron 4 with the fantastic Great War mod installed. Okay, so at the end of the last episode, we were sort of debating how on earth we want to progress. Sorry, the music is once again too loud. We were debating how we want to progress through our national focus tree, and I think, honestly, after I recorded the first episode, as you may know, there wasn't an episode yesterday. After I recorded the first episode, I had to do some stuff, and I had to, like, install some new computer hardware, whatever. Not that interesting. But then I sort of researched it a little bit whilst I was making the thumbnail, and it turns out that I didn't know this, but Austria Hungary did actually invade Serbia. So I think that's a pretty good excuse, as excuses go, to invade Serbia. I mean, I don't think that they were hugely successful in their invasion of Serbia, but it was something at least, and I guess we can try an invasion for ourselves, see if it goes any better than it did for the actual Austro-Hungarians. Hungarians. That's how we're going to refer to them from here on in. Hungarians. Yeah, so nothing too crazy. We're all still good. Me and the Germans, we're tight. There's a little bit of border movement, and that kind of freaks me out a smidge, but apart from that, I'm not really that concerned. I do believe that in the First World War, it was Germany and Austro-Hungary who were allied, and then they went to war against Russia and France, I think, and the United Kingdom. What do we have? Reinforce rate plus 2%, submarine attack plus 2%. Torpedo propulsion. Very cool. Do I want to torpedo propulsion it up, or do I want to do something like this? I'll get oil. I'll get oil. It's a big commitment, but I guess it'll be worth it, right? Yeah, I don't know. I'm not a historian. I don't know all of the shenanigans that happened in the First World War, obviously, but you know, we'll give it a shot. We'll try our very best and see what the heck happens. Montenegro. I don't know how to say it. I don't really give a shit either. Sorry if you're from Montenegro, whatever. We have a pretty good relationship with these guys. They're authoritarian as well, but yeah, so are the Hungarians, the Ottomans. We're actually kind of tight with them, even though I don't know if we actually went to war with them historically. Tsar Boris loyalists. I imagine the ruler. Tsar Boris loyalists. That's interesting. I don't know, like that, a czar, or a tsar, or however the hell you say it. You're democratic, but, you know, the Russians had the czars. In fact, I'm pretty sure at this point in time, even though Nikolai is the leader, I'm pretty certain that there were czars still around. I'm pretty sure it was like halfway into the First World War, or to the latter end of the First World War, that there was the communist revolution in Russia. I don't know, don't quote me on that, but if you've got any historical sources, fuck me, that's a little bit blown out. Looks kind of a little bit, maybe Russia's a little bit too big. It's a bit fuzzy. If you got any historical sources on that, then let me know. I'm interested. Okay, so you're suffering attrition, that's fine. You're suffering attrition as well. None of my dudes are suffering attrition. That's the way it should be. Okay. Let's move some more folk over to this area. Again, we are going to try our very best to invade Serbia. Why? Why not? Why the hell not? Seems that constructions seem to be happening at a very, very fast rate. I think we'll probably try and aim to have 15 or so more, or well, 16 more civilian factories. I think that that's probably a good number, so that we can build 3 buildings at full strength. Because we can either build 2 buildings at full strength right now, is what we're doing, or we could, you know, try and aim for a 3rd. And I just want to keep it a nice round number, so let's try our very best and aim for that. But a good couple of factories completing very, very soon indeed. You're completing on the 11th September. You've got no date yet, but that's not a problem. Yeah. Oh, perfect. One was just finished. And how long is it going to take you to get done? 22nd of December, so that's like a month? No, September, all of September, all of November, and most of December. It's almost 3 months. Okay, so it's about 3 months for a civilian factory. I mean, that's not a huge problem, but I'm going to jump it up into speed 4 since there's not very much happening right now. Inventory recovery rate or production efficiency. I honestly value production efficiency, or production efficiency cap, should I say, more than the war machine. I mean, we're obviously going to get the war machine tech, but it's just not that big a deal. Plus, industrial research, we've got the minus 10% on industrial time. It's silly to take non-industrial techs. I'm pretty sure all of my techs that I'm researching are industrial. Yeah, okay, good. It's silly to take non-industrial techs. We can really get ahead in terms of industry, and I don't see why not. Now, we're coming up to the 150 political power, well, not cap, but the 150 political power that we need to change a whole bunch of stuff. We could change our conscription model, but we have no need for troops right now. We could change our economy model, or we could change a bunch of civilian focus. We could actually do this. This will do civilian factory construction speed, early mobilization, partial mobilization. We can't do any of this because we're authoritarian right now. I guess by being authoritarian, that's kind of the workaround for... As in, if we weren't authoritarian, if we were like fascist or communist, then that would just allow us to right off the bat change our economy model, and I don't think that that would be balanced. So Balkans policy, Serbia, London Peace Conference occurred. That obviously hasn't occurred, but I kind of want to go for the Balkans policy so that it can literally just jump straight into the Serbian war as soon as this London Peace Conference happens. In fact, you know what? Let me ask Google, since this is such a professional recording. Let me ask Google. When did World War I London Peace Conference occur? (1919). Okay, so we've got a couple of years left before the peace conference is actually going to occur. Although that was the Paris Peace Conference. When was the London Peace Conference? I don't know. Should probably have done some research to that, but I guess it doesn't really matter. It's just a little bit of fun, right? Everything's a little bit of fun. Okay, so we don't actually have that many slots for civilian factories, so we've currently got... Oh! Japan-Korea Annexation Treaty. The Korean Empire, a Japanese puppet state since the assassination of Queen Min in 1895, has just signed a treaty with Japanese government that resulted in full annexation. So the Russian Empire and the United States are complaining about this measure. No official actions have been taken against Japan yet. It seems that Korea's long legacy will go out with nothing more than a whimper. That is that's worrying. We also completed the tech, which gave us 2 more civilian factories, which is kind of nice. Oh, well, which gave us 2 more civilian factories. I think it was... What did we complete? What did we complete? It was... something? I love this music, by the way. I honestly do not know what we completed. I'm sure it was this, wasn't it? Either way, we gained 2 civilian factories, but that was probably due to the fact that our national focus completed, actually. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was mining that we researched. Trench excavation. Yeah, sure, it's an industrial tech. Let's take it. 81 days, 122 days. Yeah, I'll take trench excavation. Trenches are used to shelter troops. Is that a feature that's exclusive to this, or is that a feature that's been in Hearts of Iron? I haven't honestly played the base game in a while, so I may be a little bit out of touch. Anyway, as I was saying before we were rudely interrupted by a bunch of stuff, that gets us 2 more factories. There's going to be a bunch of other national focuses that end up giving us factories as well. Which is kind of nice. However, we've got 2 factories. We want to aim for 15 here, so that's 2, 3, 4... No, sorry, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we need 9 more civilian factories. Portugal becomes a republic. Mirroring their former colony Brazil, the Republicans of Portugal have couped the monarchy, should I say. Or occupied. I guess they've kind of occupied the monarchy as well. A string of blunders by the monarchy, mostly concerning the colonies and technological development, provoked a very small band of rebels to come together, which quickly earned the support of nearly the entire military. Though the issues the monarchy face are unlikely to be easily solved anytime soon, at least the anger of the public is quenched. For now, the Portuguese Republic is proclaimed. Anyway, let me get 9 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let me get rid of that. That's 8. Wait. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We need 5 more. Yeah, I don't want to put it here, Istria or South Tyrol, because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Because we might end up giving that to Italy. I think it's unlikely that we'll end up giving this province and this province to Italy, but it could very well happen. I just, you know, want to try and make sure that it doesn't happen. But I'm open to the possibility of it occurring. I'll leave that for a little bit because that's still 115 days. It's a little bit over. But no biggie, right? Submarine attack or reinforce rate. I mean, both are equally as useless right now, right? Both are pretty useless considering we're not at war. But hey-ho. And now we can modify the government. And as I did sort of mention earlier, we could become fascist, you know? We could become fascist or we could become communist. We are classified as authoritarian right now. So is Germany. I guess it doesn't particularly matter, although it looks like Germany is en route to becoming fascist. We've kind of got the opportunity to go any way we so please. If we decide to go fascist here, then that could lead to an early mobilization, which would shred our production time. Or even partial mobilization, which would be really, really nice. Or even total mobilization. Well, we want to ramp this up anyway, like, we really do. So I think we probably want to try and become fascist. Where's the fascist guy? Which one is he? We do have a fascist guy here, right? National Unity, Airbase, Silent Workhorse, Political Power Gain. There is a fascist guy, I think, isn't there? Or maybe there's not. Maybe we need to just go into the fascist. I'm sure in normal Hearts of Iron there's definitely like a fascist guy, right? Huh, maybe there's totally not. Same ideology opinion. Well, that's really nice, but there's a bunch of authoritarians around right now, and I don't really want to be authoritarian for much longer. I guess that's something that I will need to work around. Huh. That's really annoying. Well, in the meantime, I guess we'll get political power gain, plus 15%. Not like it particularly is going to make that much of a difference, but it's going to stack up and it'll pay for itself over time, so we might as well. But that's interesting. We'll actually really need to focus on getting fascist then. And I'm 90% certain that the only way that we can actually do it is probably somewhere through our tree. Internationalism focus, perhaps. That's daily communism support. Militarism, army experience, democratization. So it's either internationalism or democratism. Democratism. Yes. I don't see fascist here anywhere. Indoctrination? National unity? I mean, I don't care. I want fascist. It must be on this side, right? Militarism. I mean, I kind of want to go down the militarism route anyway. I mean, we could honestly dismantle Austria Hungary, but that just seems like such a bad thing to do. I'm looking for the fascist one, but I'm not finding it. I'm sure that it is going to pop up. I'm 100% sure that it is here somewhere. But I just don't know where it is. I just do not know where it is. And there may well be an advisor to us that we can get. Oh, revolution in Mexico. It's so interesting, right? Like the period of history that we're playing in, I know so little about, and it's so interesting to see all of this stuff happening. So yeah, the London Peace Conference has not occurred quite yet. Balkan War is an interesting experience, particularly showing the surprising strength of the Balkan states were unified. Supporting the Ottoman Empire seems to perhaps Austria needs to find its own nearby friend. Yeah, whatever. Assert position in the east, renew triple alliance, military expertise from Germany. I just want to be fascist. I just want to be fascist. Is that so difficult to ask? I just want to be fascist. Okay, so that's useless for me. There's a bunch of useless stuff that I'm not really interested in here. What I really want is stuff that gives me A, infrastructure, or maybe even political power. Like, since there's nothing else good, I don't really care about diplomacy right now. I think I care about political power, right? I care about political power more than I care about anything else, which is a sad state of affairs, but there's just, you know, we're too early in time to really have had a massive impact on anything. Like, nothing much has crazily happened. Okay, so this is interesting. The Mexican Republic, which is authoritarian, which is a very, very encompassing... it's a very, very, very encompassing band of ideology, I guess. Authoritarian isn't really an ideology, it's more just a way of government, I think. But hey ho. I'm very interested to see if Mexico is actually going to manage. I honestly, or should I say Mexican Republic, I don't think the Mexican Republic is going to do particularly well, but amen. Good luck. National unity... Same ideology opinion, don't really care. Dockyard construction speed. Yeah, I don't really care about any of these political advisors. They're pretty useless for me. I mean, I guess the most useful one is the ideological crusader guy, but that's pretty useless in itself. Military experience, that's kind of nice. Small arms research time, artillery research time. I guess we'll take the small arms research time, even though it's not going to benefit us quite yet, because there's no small arms research really to be done. Yeah. None of these guys really take my fancy either. A little bit annoying, actually. No, not even interested in any of you chumps. Naval reformer? No. No, I'm honestly not interested in anything here. I mean, the thing that I'm most interested in is... Where's the army logistics? No, not the army logistics specialist. Where's the guy that gives me the daily bonus? National unity. Effective partisans on us, minus 25%. Same ideology opinion. Where was the one that I just looked at? Military theorist, that's the one. I'll go for military theorist, start working up a little bit of army experience. You know, better to do it earlier than to do it later, I suppose. That's still being researched. War medicine? Yeah, sure. Sign me up to war medicine. That's the last major industrial tech that we can research this year, I think. I don't think there are any other crazy techs that we can really research until 1916. So that's a little bit of time to just sort of muck around. And take a little bit of a chill pill. Again, no idea when this this stuff is ever happening, whenever the London Peace Conference is happening. Could stage a coup. You know what would be cool? If we could stage a coup in our own lands. And just, or you know, just convert to fascist. That would also be pretty cool. Because, once again, if we look at the civilian economy, we need world tension to hit 5%, and world tension is fuck off bad at the moment. Or we gotta be fascist or communist, which I would love to be, but unfortunately we just can't seem to become. Damn. That is annoying. Yep, sure, we'll get that. Torpedo propulsion. I think I am actually building submarines. It's one of the few things that I'm actually building in my dockyards. We build 4 submarines a year. Woohoo! Fantastic. Oil extraction. Lovely. Lots of techs completing. Indeed, 2 techs just completed in the last little time. Reinforce rate plus 1%. That's 1915. That's not really the right time. Engineering drawing. Sure. Should probably try and research some other stuff right now. Still can't do any destroyers. Could do a naval doctrine, but that's going to take fucking forever. It's probably worth researching the land doctrine, purely because it's going to take such a long time, and it's really, really good to have at least a couple of points in land doctrine by the time we actually do go to war. So we'll give it a shot. We could, you know what we could do? We could change our export focus. I think we could do that. Could change it to free speed. Factory output, construction speed, research time. We could change it to free trade. Although I kind of like export focus. I kind of like the export focus because it gives you a good all-round mix of materials and bonuses. Although, free trade would be really, really great at a time like this when we don't actually need any resources, right? I mean, we've already got a surplus of pretty much everything, right? A surplus of pretty much everything apart from rubber, which apparently hasn't been invented yet, or we just don't have any. We've got a surplus of pretty much everything, so we could really do with just swapping over to free trade. That's probably worth doing, actually. So as soon as we get the political power, I think we'll swap on over to free trade. That's actually probably a really good idea. Alright. What's next on the big list of things? Land doctrine. We can get a boost for the land doctrine. Aviation effort. Oh, this stuff is unlocked now. So this was time gated. This was time gated for the 1st of January. 1 airbase, 1 building slots, 1 civilian factory. That would be super nice. Dockyard expansion. Don't actually care that much about anything here, but I think... I don't know, actually. Securing Italian loyalty. I don't know if I really want to. I don't know if I want to, like... It's so much better to go for... I mean... I don't know what the best thing is. Like, do we want to secure Italian loyalty or do we want to strengthen ties with Germany, right? Because securing the Italian loyalty will lead to the war, right? But it does require us to give South Tyrol and Istria, right? Which is super shitty, and also, we can't do it yet, I don't think. But... However... military expertise from Germany is pretty fucking bad. Like, strengthen ties with Germany. Great, they gain opinion of us. And great, oh fantastic, we gain some army experience, navy experience, and air experience from them. But calling Italy into the war with us, I mean, that's powerful. That has an effect. Until I can decide, let's just go for the construction effort, which is an unbelievably, you know, pussy way to go out of it, I guess, but whatever. Steel, apparently. Fuck my life. That is super annoying. Gonna have to give up 2 civilian factories for that. I thought we had plenty of steel. I mean... I guess it was a net loss of, like, 1 factory. Because I think free trade gave us... No, free trade didn't actually influence the number of consumer goods factories. That's influenced by the economy type. Alright, that's fine, whatever. So, I'm kind of looking for world tension to creep up. If I'm honest, I would love world tension to creep up. What? Excuse me? What the fuck are you doing? Anti-Austro-Hungarian policy. Oh, shit. Russia-friendly rhetoric. Prepare for war. Sanction Austria Hungary. Okay, so Serbia is actively trying to get in on us. They've taken the anti-Ottoman policy already, And presumably they're going to be going for the Italo-Turkish war opportunity. Which ain't good. Which ain't good. It means that there's going to be a war with the Ottomans and Italy, and I am interested to see how that turns out. If it gives us an opportunity to slide on in and take Serbia, sign me up, Buttercup. I am agreeable to that. I am agreeable to that in every sense of the word. How is our recruiting and deploying going? We got 4 armored trucks. I mean, that's pretty good, to be honest. That's pretty good. I'm pretty happy with the way that that's going. It seems that armored truck production is actually remarkably okay right now. Inventory equipment, we've still got a lot of inventory equipment. I presume that we've probably got quite a lot backlogged. Indeed we do. Quite a few field guns as well. Field guns? Field guns. Are we manufacturing field guns? We are manufacturing field artillery. However, what are they actually used in? What are they actually used in? They're used in the regular Landwehr division. I'm gonna train up a couple of these. I'm gonna train 4 at a time. I think that seems pretty reasonable. In Alfiold. Yeah, definitely. Definitely. Just so that we can use some of our field guns, I guess. Might as well aim to get rid of some of the resources that we've got. And I don't think that that's gonna drive us too low. I think we're still probably gonna be producing more than we really need. Our supply of armored cars is already filled. So, good stuff, everyone. Good stuff. Now, interesting thing. Can I get you to build a trench? Like, is that entirely possible? It says you are entrenched, but is that the same as building a trench? Oh, no. I tell you what building a trench probably means. Building a trench probably means in construction menu. Yeah, trench is used to shelter troops, provide good defense bonus to the attacker. When multiple reduce threat to trenches effectiveness. Okay, so trenches are kind of like cheaper bunkers, I guess? Yeah? I'm not convinced that that's going to be entirely fantastic, but it's something at least, I guess. Reinforce rate or submarine attack. Let's get submarine attack since I'm actually building some fucking submarines. Not like it particularly matters. And on that note, actually, ladies and gents, we've run a little bit over time. So I am going to end the episode here. Thank you very, very much for watching this episode of Hearts of Iron 4, The Great War. And I'll see you next time. Bye.